Okay, so get this, right?
Okay.
The Ballon d'Or is almost here, and it's already nuts. It's
Absolutely.
like everyone's losing their minds over this thing.
Yeah, it's
Boycotts, snubs, like, come on.
it's a bit much, isn't it?
It is. I mean, for anyone listening who doesn't know, if the Ballon d'Or is the biggest award a player can get, right?
Pretty much. It's like the Oscars of football, best male player, best female player, all decided by votes from journalists, coaches, captains.
Right, right. So it's a pretty big deal. And this year, one of the biggest teams in the world, Real Madrid, might not even show up.
Yeah, the whole Real Madrid boycott thing. That's really thrown a spanner in the works, hasn't it?
It has. I mean, we've got to dive into that. But first, maybe you can remind us all why this whole thing is so heated this year.
Well, it all comes down to expectations, right? Everyone thought Vinicius Jr., Real Madrid's star winger, would win, hands down. I mean, he led them to the Champions League title.
Right. That's like the biggest club competition in the world.
Exactly. And then they also won La Liga, the Spanish league.
So yeah, you'd think he'd be a lock for the Ballon d'Or.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But the rumors are saying he's not even in the top 3.
Seriously. I mean, what happened? Did something go down that we missed?
No scandals or anything like that. I think what we're seeing is a shift in how voters are thinking about the award. Before, it was all about the flashy forwards, the goal scorers. Now it's more about who controls the game, who dictates the tempo.
So more like midfielders who run the show.
Exactly. And that brings us to Rodri.
Rodri, as in Rodri from Manchester City.
The one and only. He's the favorite to win it all this year.
Wow. I mean, he had a good season, sure, but Ballon d'Or, good.
He was absolutely instrumental in Manchester City's treble-winning season. Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League, they swept it all.
True, true. You can't argue with that kind of success.
And Rodri was at the heart of it all. He's got incredible tactical awareness. He breaks up attacks before they even get started. Plus, he pops up with the occasional crucial goal himself.
Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty Ballon d'Or worthy, I guess. But still, Real Madrid being so upset about Vinicius potentially losing that they might boycott the whole thing, that's wild.
It is. It's almost unheard of for a club of their stature to even consider something like that. Shows you how much it matters to them.
Yeah, it really does. It's not just about the award itself, is it? It's about respect, recognition.
Exactly. It's a statement. Like they're saying, hey, you can't just ignore our players like that. It's like those boycotts we see in other areas, like when people refuse to buy certain products to make a point.
Right, right. It's about using your platform to send a message.
Exactly. And it can be very effective. Whether it'll work in this case, who knows?
Only time will tell, I guess.
Yeah.
So while we wait to see how that whole drama unfolds, let's talk about the other contenders, shall we?
Sure. Yeah. It's not just a 2-horse race, is it?
Not at all.
How?
What about the other English clubs? I know Arsenal had a pretty amazing run this year, almost won the league.
Yeah, they were so close. They had 4 players nominated. Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Cole Palmer, and William Saliba. Odegaard finished 19th, Saka 21st, Palmer 25th, and Saliba 29th.
Not too shabby at all. I think this means we're seeing the rise of English football again.
It certainly looks that way. There's a real depth of talent coming through.
Exciting times for English fans, then. And what about the youngsters? Any future superstars nominated for the Copa Trophy?
Oh, plenty. The Copa Trophy is for the best U21 player, and we've got some real gems this year. Kabi Manu and Alejandro Garnacho from Manchester United.
Manchester United, always a good source of young talent.
And then there's Lamine Yamal from Barcelona. He's only 16.
16. Wow, that's incredible.
He's already breaking records, making his debut for Barcelona's senior team and even scoring. One to watch for sure.
Absolutely. Makes you wonder what the future holds for these young guys.
Definitely. They're the ones who'll be battling it out for the Ballon d'Or in a few years' time.
Can't wait to see it. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we can't forget about the women's Ballon d'Or. Who are the frontrunners there?
Oh, that's a tough one. It's going to be a close race between Aitana Bonmati and Alexia Putellas.
Bonmati, she was the one who was instrumental in Barcelona's Champions League win.
Yeah, it was the one, had an incredible season, really controlled the midfield for Barcelona.
And Putellas, she's the one who's already won the Ballon d'Or twice, right?
Yep, in 2021 and 2022. She was injured for a good chunk of last season, but came back strong towards the end.
So it's a battle of the Titans then. Experience versus a breakout season?
Pretty much. Either one of them winning would be fully deserved, I think.
Wow, this whole Ballon d'Or thing is shaping up to be pretty intense. A potential boycott, a shift in how the award is perceived, the rise of English talent, a close race in the women's category. It's a lot.
It is. And it all speaks to how dynamic the world of football is, right?
Yeah,
Things are constantly changing. New stars are emerging. Old powers are being challenged.
absolutely. Who knows what the future holds?
That's the beauty of it, isn't it? Always keeps us guessing.
It does. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. This Ballon d'Or ceremony is going to be one for the books, that's for sure.
No doubt about it.
I, for one, can't wait. Thanks for breaking it all down for us.
Anytime. Always happy to talk football.
And for all of you listening out there, don't forget to tune in for the Ballon d'Or ceremony. It's going to be wild.
See you there.
See you there.